So probably like a lot of you out there, it was only a few years back where I graduated with a college degree and went into the first job that would accept me. My whole life I had been taught this path of school, get good grades, right? Stick with the norm, go to college, get a degree, graduate, get a corporate job that pays well, and live the rest of your days happy, right? Get married, have some kids. That's the path that I was going. But then all of a sudden, something happened. When I landed my first job out of college, I became more and more anxious, depressed, and I just couldn't go on with it. I was in a job that I never should have been in, and so it's not necessarily the only path that people go is being depressed in work. And so I decided to quit the sales job that I had and actually go and drive for Uber and Lyft. I'm thankful to say that I did have my own car, so I could go that route. And it allowed me to quit this job that was literally killing me, that had made me go to a psychiatrist and get on medication. And so being able to quit was a relief, but still, I was driving Uber and Lyft just as an interim while applying for other jobs. Never once in my life had I been taught or shown the other path of entrepreneurship, or the path even of, in today's day and age, right, just being a contract worker, sort of in the gig economy even. That wasn't an option. So I'm driving for Uber and Lyft the entire day while I don't have rides. I'm opening up my laptop, hopping on my hotspot, applying to jobs, interviewing everywhere I can. It took about 3 months until I luckily found another position that I seemingly was going to love. It was a marketing position, which is more along the lines of my degree was in, as opposed to the first sales job that I had. It was in a startup business, an exciting environment. And for the first couple of weeks, I loved it. But then something happened. Something happened where just once again, I felt that I was just this cog in a machine almost, that I was being forced to go and sit at a desk that I didn't want to be at, to do a job role that I truly wasn't that passionate about. Right as I started having this feeling, funny enough, the company I was working for told me that they had just hired a senior manager to come in and actually just be over top of me. Said it was a startup role. I was not even a year out of college. I was about 7-8 months out of college. The role that I'd gotten was basically a vice president digital marketing position that I had no job having ever. Eventually, my friends told me later on, Wayne, you had a 40-year-old man's job that you had no place in being in. But so it turns out that the senior director role that they were bringing in to oversee me, that I was so excited to learn from, to grow with, to actually be able to give me direction in my new career that I had just started. It turns out that they had lied and that she was actually coming in to replace me. She was there for 1 week. I was so excited, meeting with her every single day, asking, what else can I work on? Here's some more ideas for another strategy that we can implement, this, that, and the other, until I was absolutely blindsided one Monday morning where they brought me into HR and told me, Wayne, we're sorry, it's no fault of your own, but we're having to let you go because we should have never even hired you. Now, I don't know about you guys out there if you've ever been fired before, but theoretically, when you get fired, right, it's supposed to be for some sort of fault. You didn't show up to work on time. You didn't put in the amount of effort required. You didn't have the skill set needed, something. And they simply just told me, Wayne, there's no fault here. We should have never hired you. Goodbye. I was there for 1 month and let go on a whim for seemingly no fault of my own. It was at that moment I realized that nobody in this world is going to look after me for me. It's only my job. And if I don't take control over my being in my life, something like this can easily happen again, right? Whether it's them saying, hey, we should have never even hired you, you're let go, or them saying, hey, you've decided to shut down the company because we're just tired of it. All of a sudden, again, you're let go and you have to start this journey of trying to find another job, trying to scramble, make ends meet. And that's what launched me into entrepreneurship. It was on that day that I decided I'm going to take matters into my own hands. And if ever again I lose a job or end up jobless or with little money, it'll be solely my fault. As from that day, I've never worked for somebody again. I've launched multiple businesses and actually live a happy life. Literally, it was right about those couple weeks, right then and there, I got off of this anxiety and depression medication I was on, right? I got totally a new outlook on life where I was finally in control and able to do things when I wanted to. Yes, I woke up early. I worked hard and I worked late. It's because I chose to do so. It's because I chose to take life in my own hands and live how I wanted to live. Now, these days, I really still wake up generally pretty early, but I don't get working until about 9 or 10 a.m. Most days I work until about 3 p.m. Yes, there's those days where I'm in the office until like 7, but I'm much more of a lifestyle entrepreneur where I do what I do so that I can live the life that I want, so that I can go snowboarding on a Tuesday, so I can literally go to a concert tonight. I can take off at 3 p.m. because I simply want to and do whatever it is my heart desires. So I'm here to help all of you ideally do the same thing, right? I know it's hard to get out of the 9-to-5 grind. I know it's hard to start a business on your own and be responsible for yourself. But I'm here to hopefully alleviate some of those concerns, some of those hardships, some of those problems, to really be a springboard for you, to really be an accountability partner for you so that you can get out of being that cog in the machine, start pushing forwards to living a life that you are solely responsible for, in a life that you're passionate about, in a life that you can actually say, I choose to live this life, instead of saying somebody else is making me live a life, and actually work to build their dreams. Guys, I hope we get to talk real soon. That's just a little bit of my story of how I got to where I am today. If it inspires you, great. If it bored you, I'm sorry. That's where I am. That's who I am. I hope you took a little bit something out of it.